You have no free will. None. That is not a fringe idea anymore. Serious scientists like Robert Sapolsky and Sam Harris now argue it out loud. Every choice you make came from a brain you did not build and a past you did not pick. So where is the free part? Here's the strange twist almost nobody mentions. A man made this exact argument 350 years ago. He was a lens grinder in the Netherlands named Baruch Spinoza, and he said something the modern voices leave out, that losing your free will could be the most freeing thing that ever happens to you. That sounds impossible. By the end of this, it will not. Spinoza had an image for this, and it has stuck with people for centuries. Imagine a stone. Someone throws it through the air. Now imagine that, in mid-flight, the stone suddenly becomes conscious. It feels itself moving. It has no idea a hand ever threw it. So what does it conclude? It decides that it is flying of its own free will. It feels free, simply because it cannot see the arm, the muscle, the intention behind it. Spinoza's claim is blunt. You are that stone. You would swear your choices are your own. The stone would swear the very same thing. You feel your choices as free, but you do not see most of what is pushing them. The mood you woke up in. The thing your father said when you were 9. The blood sugar, the weather, the 10,000 quiet causes under the surface. You feel the choice. You just do not feel the causes. The stone is not wrong that it moves. It is only wrong about why. And that gap, he said, is the whole illusion. So let us be precise about what is being denied. Spinoza is not saying you do not choose. You clearly do. You are choosing to keep watching this right now. What he is denying is that your choice is uncaused. Take something tiny. This morning you reached for coffee, or you did not. It felt like a free little choice, but you reached for it because of a craving, a habit, a body that learned to want it. You did not author that craving. It was handed to you. The body and the history that produced it were simply given to you. Now scale that up to every decision you have ever made. Trace any one of them backward. You chose it because of what you wanted. You wanted that because of who you are. And you are who you are because of genes, parents, culture, 1,000 experiences. Keep pulling the thread, and it never ends in you. It runs back through causes you never controlled. For Spinoza, a truly free choice would be one with no cause at all. And nothing in nature works like that. Not stones, not storms, not you. Free will, in that sense, was not stolen from you. It was never there to begin with. Now sit in that for a second, because it should feel strange. It means your proudest moments were not fully yours, and your worst ones were not fully yours either. Your anger has causes. Your love has causes. The rage in traffic, the ache of a first love, both arrived by causes you did not order. The opinion you would defend to the death came from somewhere. Think of a moment you are genuinely proud of. A hard thing you pushed through. It feels like proof of your willpower. But even that grit was built by earlier things you never chose. The discipline, the stubbornness, even the belief that effort matters. Someone, somewhere, planted each of those in you. I will be honest with you here. This is one of the most argued over questions in all of philosophy. Plenty of serious thinkers reject hard determinism. They say that freedom and cause can somehow coexist. That debate is real, and it is worth your time. But Spinoza took the harder road. He said the chain of causes has no gaps, none, anywhere. And instead of finding that bleak, he found a strange door inside it. Because if it is true, something heavy starts to lift. Watch what happens to blame. Think of the last person who really wronged you, someone who betrayed you or cut you down. The natural response is resentment. They chose to hurt me. But run them through the same logic. Their cruelty had causes too. Their fear, their upbringing, their own unhealed wounds, the whole machinery behind the act. This is not about excusing them. The harm was still real. It is about understanding instead of seething. And the strange thing is, the resentment slowly loosens its grip. Not because you forced it to, because it has less to hold on to. Then turn it on yourself. Think of the version of you that you are most ashamed of. The thing you did, the person you were. You acted from causes too. The wiring you were born with, the wounds you carried, the things you did not yet understand. None of that erases responsibility, but it can dissolve the endless private war. You know the feeling. 3 a.m, replaying the worst thing you ever did, hating the person who did it. But that person was working with what they had, less understanding, more pain, a mind a few years less finished. Seeing that does not make it fine. It makes it human. And it lets you finally put the weapon down. Spinoza is not handing you an excuse. He is offering you something quieter. Understanding in the place where blame used to live. But wait, if there is no free will, what is even left? Does not everything just become pointless? Here is Spinoza's move, and it is the heart of all of this. He redefines freedom completely. For him, freedom was never the power to have done otherwise. That power is a fantasy. Real freedom is something else. It is acting from your own nature with understanding instead of being yanked around by forces you cannot see. Picture 2 people in the same argument. The first is swept up in anger he cannot explain. He lashes out and only later wonders why. The second feels the same anger rise, but he sees where it comes from. He knows the old wound it is touching, and because he sees it, it does not own him. Same emotion. 2 completely different men. The first is run by his past. The second understands his and is no longer at its mercy. The stone just flies. But you can come to understand the causes that move you. And here's the part that actually changes your life. The causes you understand are the only ones you can ever work with. A craving you cannot see just runs you. A craving you can name, you can meet. Understanding is not a consolation prize for losing free will. It is the closest thing to real control a human being ever gets. Freedom stops being about escaping the chain of causes. It becomes about understanding your place inside it. It is the same turn at the center of Spinoza's thinking. I trace it through his clash with the Stoics in another essay. So, one last worry. If it is all determined, why try at all? This is where people get Spinoza wrong. Determinism is not fatalism. Fatalism says nothing you do matters, so give up. Spinoza says almost the opposite. Your effort is one of the causes. It is part of the chain, not canceled by it. The past is already fixed, but the next moment is still being written, partly by what you do right now. Trying is part of how the next moment gets made. So you are not off the hook. You are just done beating a version of yourself that never had your tools. Nothing here is telling you to surrender. It is telling you to stop waging war on a past that could only have happened the way it did. The past could not have gone differently. But you are not the past. You are what happens next. Now rewind to that stone, still arcing through the air, certain that it is flying free. You do not have to be the stone. You can be the one who sees the arm. There is an engine underneath all of this, the thing Spinoza believed could actually make you freer. He called it the conatus, and it is where these essays are heading. If you want to keep going, that is the thread to pull. Keep looking.